I test side hustles on this channel, and I've noticed on YouTube a lot of the gurus saying how easy it is to make money online with Amazon KDP. But for some reason I wasn't super interested in testing it myself because I assumed you had to be a good writer, which I'm not, in order to make this whole business work. But boy was I wrong.
Like usual.
I started falling down the YouTube rabbit hole and I accidentally opened a brand new income stream in my side hustle journey. And today I'm going to bring you along on that journey to decide whether or not this is something that you can use to make some extra money online.
Probably not, but...
This video is sponsored by me. I show realistic ways to make money from home on this channel, but for many people, it's too hard. So I created RemoteJobsRoulette.com, a fun way to find a real remote-based job opportunity from a real company, which can allow you to live a similar lifestyle to those home-based business owners, all without the stress and worry of building a business yourself. So if you're interested, check out the description for more details. Now back to the video. Okay, step one in my process. Watch as many YouTube videos as I can stomach to understand the entire business model. So what types of books sell? What types of tools and softwares are out there to make this whole process much easier? How do you get started and how do you scale this to millions of dollars? Wait a minute, some of you might not even understand what Amazon KDP is. It's simple. Amazon allows people like you and me to upload books directly to Amazon and they handle the rest. They print the book, ship them to the customers, and all you have to do is upload the book, set the price, and take a piece of the profit for yourself. But the best part about this, especially for beginners, is that it's relatively simple to do and it's available worldwide and there's no barrier to entry. You don't have to apply and get accepted and you don't have to have a certain number of followers, which makes it a great side hustle for beginners to try. So now after my study session, I have a pretty good idea how this whole business model is supposed to work and what tools I can use to get it done quickly and efficiently. And don't worry, if you don't want to pay for these tools, you can do this whole process absolutely for free. But I personally like to pay for convenience, and learning these new tools and trying them out and testing them is kind of the fun part in some of these businesses for me personally.
You're weird.
So here's exactly what I did. I'm using BookBolt and Self-Publishing Titans to build my business. And both of these softwares are great and they both do very similar things, and I can't decide which one I like better, and I'm actually paying and using both of these softwares because I'm a complete moron and I love spending money. And you can use both of these to do keyword research to figure out what types of books to sell, and you can use both of these to make the books themselves. They both excel at making things like puzzles and word searches and crossword puzzles and notebooks and journals. So that's exactly where I started. So step one, do keyword research to figure out what people are looking for on Amazon and how much competition is involved in those certain keywords. Because there's absolutely no reason to make a book that people don't want to buy or that is so competitive that your book is never going to get found on Amazon.
That sounds too complicated.
So if you're going to do something like a word search puzzle, then you can use a tool like this Self-Publishing Titans. All you got to do is click on the tool and it will open up all these keyword suggestions for you, which is awesome. But it also can rank the opportunity. So how many people are actually looking for it? How many books are there actually there? What is the demand and what is the opportunity? So if you click on this twice, all the highest opportunities will go to the top. So word search puzzle for kids 4 to 8, word search puzzle for adults, word search puzzle bulk, challenging word search puzzle for adults. So the key here is to try to find a keyword or a niche that you can kind of break into that isn't too oversaturated, that you might actually be able to be found in. So that's exactly what I did, and I found a few of these that I wanted to use. And you can use this Self-Publishing Titans also to actually create these puzzles. So you can kind of, click on it, and if you want to create like a word search puzzle, all you have to do is choose that. There's a bunch of different filters you can use here to make it look a little bit different and how many words you want to be in here. But you can see there's a board and a solution are automatically made, and all you have to do is download it and your puzzle is done. And BookBolt is also very similar. It has a cover creator where you can create the cover and it shows you exactly the different sizes you're going to need to make that happen. And it has all the different pages here, the solutions and the puzzles. All you have to do is click into the puzzles tab and you can see all the different types of things that you can make with BookBolt, like puzzles and journals and writing paper and music sheets. You can do word puzzles, word search standard, and you can select what pages you want those word searches on, and it will create the pages and the solutions for you. you. And then once you've created a nice cover, then you can download that whole file and you will get the cover in one file and all the different pages in another file. And then you'll go over to Amazon KDP, which is kdp.amazon.com, and you will create a new paperback book, and then you have to just follow along in the process. So there's 3 different pages here. I'll get into these gory details in another video, but simplified here, all you have to do is put in a book title and subtitle, and this is where you're gonna put those keywords that you found over here in your author name and a description and keywords, and you're just gonna fill this whole thing out, and you are going to upload the contents that you downloaded from one of those platforms, and then you're gonna set the pricing. Oversimplified, obviously, but that's it essentially. Creating puzzles, creating notebooks, creating books, uploading them to Amazon KDP. I did that on day 1, uploaded my 3 books, and waited. So day 2, I'm kind of sitting here doing nothing. I don't really want to put a bunch of time and effort and build a bunch of these books unless I know that they're going to get approved. I want to make sure that the way I'm uploading them, the way I'm titling them, the descriptions I use, I want to make sure that stuff's going to be okay before I make 15 of these books. And unfortunately, there is a 72-hour review period. It might take 3 days to see whether or not these are approved. So I'm kind of in a holding pattern and I don't really want to move forward. I'm going to do some more research today. I'm going to think about different books I want to maybe create as soon as these are reviewed and approved. But for today, kind of just sitting around and waiting and just continuing on the research phase. Okay, those 3 books were approved. They were then live on Amazon. And now we know that the process works, that Amazon will accept books made from tools like this, and that we understand the types of things we need to put in order to get it approved. So now we just have to throw some stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
Hey, who's throwing stuff?
It's Saturday, and instead of enjoying my day, I am publishing my 9th book to KDP to really give this a fair shot at working. But don't worry, I'm also having fun while doing it. Shit better work. So after a few days of focusing on the business, we then had 12 books live on Amazon. Some of them were crossword puzzles, some of them were word search puzzles, some of them were journals, and a couple of them were even high content books, meaning full of words. And guess what? By June 2nd, we sold our first book and have continued to slowly start scaling throughout the next few days. And I know $17.12 isn't some life-changing money, and this is not profit at this point, but it just shows me and reinforces to me that you can actually make books with these tools. You can actually upload them to KDP and you can actually sell those books. I've sold 5 books so far testing this. Now there's a lot more to the story, obviously, but here is the simple takeaway for me. Yes, I believe this is a great beginner-friendly business for people to test and try. And yes, I believe I can build this into a money-making side hustle, but there are lots of little nuances here that I didn't have time to get into in this video. Like most businesses, there's lots and lots of things we need to consider in order to make this profitable and in order to scale it. But it does seem pretty easy, pretty simple for beginners to try, especially with these tools doing most of the heavy lifting for you. And even though I've oversimplified it a bit in this video, I will get into the nitty-gritty hardcore details in the very near future. And as always, I will continue to bring you along on the journey just in case you want to test any of these side hustles yourself. I'll show you what's working for me and what's not working for me. And if you like this sort of stuff, then please do all those things you're supposed to do to help the channel grow. And I'll see you in the next one.
I truly don't trust this guy.